welcome back to the What's the Go podcast. I'm Matt, and with me as always is Robbie.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. No.
Oh, how you been, Robbie?
You know what? I've been okay. The weather's been going up and down. That's usually the main trajectory of my mood, but I'm good.
I'm sad
very
it's not
fine.
storming anymore.
That other night of peltering rain was kind of soothing.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, just
and the
sleeping.
sunset. Oh my god! I got like the most amazing photo. I have to show you this actually. But while I'm getting up this photo, can you tell us maybe is anything coming up?
Yeah, well, if you don't know, the UC Drama Club has just announced tickets for the Pride and Prejudice show that is playing the 16th to the 18th of April. It's very exciting. You know, we know someone that's in it.
We do.
Yeah.
It may be the man I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, and next week we'll have one of the directors actually on with us to talk a bit more about it. But you can get the tickets in the UC Drama Club bio. Make sure to get a couple for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe bring a friend too, or
Yeah.
maybe bring a special someone.
It's a very romantic film.
Yeah.
I'm not romantic, but it is.
You got your dancy pants on. That's pretty romantic.
I do dance, unfortunately. It is. I'm very uncoordinated, unlike you. You've got a musical background, haven't you?
Ooh.
When I met you, introduced you like I am the actor. I've done musicals.
Okay, musicals. I've done musicals.
You've done musicals. You've got
yeah.
a musical background. Yeah.
If you could say that, bro. I'm just being nonchalant, bro. It's whatever, G. It's whatever.
You're getting ready for the Little Shop of Horrors, which is they're doing next. Actually, audition applications.
Yeah.
Out now.
Opening now.
Yeah,
It's on now.
yeah. So
Wow.
then the auditions will be just after Pride and Prejudice, so end of April.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I've never seen Little Shop of Horrors.
I've only heard.
I've heard it's good. Like it's
Someone was talking to me. Yeah.
Dancing, evil plant.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I guess. I don't know.
And the weird looking house.
Is that it? Or is that Rocky Horror Show? Really showing our musical knowledge here.
Yeah, I know. Right? hey, Grease, man.
yeah, Grease. Yeah, and Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
Mamma
Mia. What's that one where they're in like high school?
Hairspray?
No. Oh, that Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're not in high school in Dirty Dancing. I was thinking of.
It's Swayze.
What?
Is that Swayze?
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Dirty Dancing?
I haven't watched it in a while, man.
I've never
What?
seen it.
Wow. What?
Yeah, no, dude. No.
Okay.
Well, anyway, this
Without further
episode
ado, sorry.
we had Liam Ellis come on. He's a UC alum. He did film like us. He's been on a lot of productions. He's won LCA a couple times.
Yeah.
And he's also part of the Savage Bear podcast. So yeah, and we talk about board games, movies, judge each other not so quietly.
Yeah.
All in good fun,
certain
mostly.
softwares as recurring theme.
As a recurring thing,
Unfortunately,
absolutely.
You guys are gonna have to put up with that.
Yeah, and the same stories that we tell always.
Yeah.
We anyone that will listen to us.
Yeah, it'll become like a regular thing. Although it'll almost be nostalgic in a sense
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
it goes down. But yeah,
Without further ado, enjoy.
what's the go?
Check it out.
Yeah, you can see. Yes, Audacity or Reaper.
It looks like Audacity.
Which do you prefer?
Which do I prefer?
Yeah.
I haven't used Reaper.
Oh.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
We had sound design last semester, and I don't know how, but it like almost bricked Robbie's computer installing it.
Oh, really?
Like it was.
It was the plugin. So I was told that Reaper's got like a bunch of custom plugins pretty much because the base like UI is apparently like not very good. So people like make their own plugins, and I got one of the plugins and it just fully bricked it. So I've never had a good experience with Reaper. It's also slow if you have like the wrong like bit rate set. You have to change so many base settings just for it to work. So
It is
personally think.
crazy to me when you have a specific software that will not work without any other functions.
Yeah.
Like I recently bought Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Hmm.
The original.
Oh, I know you.
Great
yeah.
game. You need a unlicensed plugin to run it.
What?
Yeah.
On what?
On PC.
Oh.
Yeah. I think like the
Pause.
GOG version now released an update with basically that patch, but then they're still like recommended to get all these other additional things. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That game was a bit special in that it came out half unfinished anyway.
Yes.
It was, yeah, much like the second one. Though I haven't seen anything of that because I'm trying to avoid it because I do want to play it, but I'm not going to spend $100.
I saw so many trailers when it was initially like being launched,
Mm.
and I heard nothing since. And I've only recently investigated it because I'm playing in a Vampire the Masquerade RPG.
Yeah, it's apparently it's pretty much like more of the same in that it's unfinished. A lot of side stuff is basic, and but
It's just modded GTA.
yeah, with vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What's your opinion on the game? Because I've never played the game, but I've always liked the TTRPG.
The factor that I had to install an unofficial patch stopped me from playing the game. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
the RPG I've not played yet, so
Okay.
I can't speak to it, but it's very interesting.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going in, but may as well introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
I guess. So I'm Liam. Used to study here at UC. Have worked on a bunch of short films across Canberra. Worked for a very brief time at Fox Studios on a ABC series called Black Comedy. Appear infrequently on a podcast called the Savage Bear Podcast, where we play RPGs. And besides that, there's not really much to tell.
Yeah. No, the Savage Bear is we were looking into it a bit, and obviously I saw you down in Sydney, wasn't it? Yeah. You go into any more cons?
So we did CanCon earlier this year. I believe the next con isn't until Sydney Comic Con,
Yep.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Usually Adam organizes that, and then I just appear.
Up here, and what happens at the cons? Robbie doesn't know. You don't.
No,
Have I told you about this?
No.
No. Okay, go for it.
So the podcast is live play, so like your Critical Role, whatnot, but we play other things other than Dungeons and Dragons. But at the cons, we try to promote alternatives to Dungeons and Dragons because they are the most popular. And while I do enjoy it, I have my gripes with it. So I like to show people what other alternatives are out there. So I specifically have been running a game called Kids on Bikes, which is Stranger Things, the TTRPG.
Ah, okay.
Very much heavily inspired by those kinds of Lost Boys,
Upside Down.
like very much that kind of thing. My friend runs Pathfinder, so Adam, who created the pod, he runs Pathfinder. He's been really enjoying that. And then Starfinder, we also run Call of Cthulhu, a bunch of different alternatives.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was that many. I mean, it's really up to like imagination, huh?
Yeah, realistically, you can. It's just creative storytelling and improv with your friends, and then dice. You.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if we're allowed to swear on this.
Yeah,
I
we can
didn't
bleep it
ask.
out.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very much just creative story building. You work together to then build a story together and have fun. It's escapism at its finest.
Yeah, and a very expensive escapism.
I don't know. I recently got into Magic. That's worse.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to buy a friend. He gave me a lift to a couple places, and in response, I bought him some One Piece cards, and they are not cheap.
They're a pretty penny.
One Piece has recently been driven up in price because of scalping as well.
Yeah, it's the new Pokemon. Pokemon's going down apparently, and One Piece is going up. It won't last.
Did we touch on this on last week's episode?
Briefly?
Very briefly.
Yeah. We had Brendan from D's and Geek Expo and stuff like that on.
Nice.
So
yeah,
we were talking a little bit about it, and at the cons because that is like they had Collect First on campus a few weeks ago. Yeah,
I did hear good things about that, but unfortunately was unable to attend.
we slept in.
Hey, we made it to the last
hour, 2 hours. Yeah.
That's when all the best stuff is there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's when like all the stuff that hasn't sold has been like marked down in price, and then you just go in and you get the last few things.
Yeah, sometimes you find gems, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. No, yeah. Are you doing anything for the Geek Expo this year, or is that because you were in CanCon?
Don't believe so. Usually Cass and Adam will run the pod moving anywhere.
Yep.
I don't believe we've had any arrangements with the geek markets yet.
Yeah.
But I do know that, we'll be going Oz Comic Con again this year.
Yeah.
And then potentially that's a future endeavor, but at this stage I don't know.
Is it just the Sydney one to go to? I mean, for cost-wise, it must be for everyone to get down there and then stay.
Yeah, like it can be its own expense, but Adam does it pays for a lot of that.
Okay.
He puts a lot of effort into it because he believes in what the pod can do and bringing people together.
Yeah.
So a lot of those costs are covered, and I'm forever grateful for everything that he does.
Yeah. When did the podcast get started? Because I saw 2021.
Yeah.
Was it during COVID?
So it was a while ago. I've only actually kind of come onto it 2024.
Okay.
So I actually met Adam through another friend who worked at Good Games. So I met Adam through him, who I had met at Good Games because I'm a bit of a yapper.
Could never have known that. I say that with all the love.
I can't disagree. It's accurate. I'm the
That's why
kind of
you're
person
here.
who's like, oh, I'll see you guys later, and then we've talked for 2 hours, and I'm like, I really should get going, and another 3 hours later, we're still there.
I think the last day on Daisy D, when we were in the office, and everyone had gone, and then there were just 4 of us there, and we were there for another hour or so just talking.
Yeah, because we were waiting for the files to transfer. Because we've been filming in 6K all day, and it was 2 terabytes worth of data.
For LCA.
my.
Yeah. Yeah, you complain
That's
about
a
it not
lot
being
of-
4K.
That's a lot of terabytes. I complain about what not being 4K.
You complain about it, it's got to be the right codec.
Right.
Yeah.
Does have to be
Is it
the right
log
code.
or is it
Yeah. Well,
so many conversations about
S
it?
log raw. Like what?
Raw is the best, but not if you want to spend less on hard drives.
Yeah, I mean, I did a film. We were filming a skit. Oh, actually, no. So I was the first skit we did, we were really tight on time. So
It's for STS.
yeah,
Spill
this
the
is
scene.
for spill the scene. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were pretty tight on time, and we were it was filmed in S log, and we were like, oh man, we don't even have time to grade this. So we graded what we pretty much just needed to grade, and we're it goes with the vibes because we're detectives, so it's all grain stuff. And then he did it again, so I decided I just put a lot over it because I just didn't have time. But it looked okay still.
It did look better.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
was it a LUT specifically for S-Log?
Yes.
Okay,
it
well,
was,
yeah, you're fine.
On
It's built for it.
Yeah.
If you put an Ari LUT on it, I'd be like, but
Whatever's in
S-Log is
Da Vinci.
completely fine.
Yeah, whatever, because they have different LUTs for there's 3 different ones.
I like that they have those built in as very quick jumping off
Yeah.
points, particularly because I've used a lot of Adobe. It is not user friendly.
Thank you. I was saying this the other week.
I don't think it's friendly to anyone.
No, it's not.
It's not, because even though I've saved my project 3 times in the last 5 minutes and now I've crashed, I still have none of that data saved.
Yeah, and then you have to pay $150 to stop using it. We'll always end up hating on Adobe at least once a fortnight, or at least one time.
It's
a show.
come up a number of times already.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. They've wiggled their way into a market, established themselves as the best in a range of things, and nothing else can compete with that. Because I went on a Photoshop detox because I finished my uni degree and I no longer got student discounts, so I'm I'm going to get rid of the entire suite. But I was looking for Photoshop alternatives to see what else was out there. I can safely say There's nothing. There is nothing comparable to Photoshop, and it's very frustrating that I am forking out however much I do each month for something. Yeah.
I started to try and learn Darktable a couple of weeks ago.
I've not heard of that one.
Okay, so if you look online, it's technically more powerful than Darktable. Not user friendly at all. You have to
Do you have to download 3 plugins to use it?
no.
You
make your own.
The same thing. Yeah. Oh, you need to code the rest yourself. Actually.
It's open source, so it's free, and it's
okay.
just people have their own presets and stuff, but then in doing so limit it because there's you can do anything with it, but you have to know how to use it.
Oh, so it's Maya.
Yeah. It was I'm very thankful that I've now gotten my Adobe Suite back this semester. Don't know what I'm going to do in 6 months from now, but yeah, Darktable is interesting. I haven't tried Affinity yet.
And what is Darktable specifically for?
It's basically a Lightroom alternative.
Okay.
I think you can do some aspects, not the whole thing that Photoshop can do.
Because Affinity I have used. I got a free 6 months trial for it, so that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
However, it was very much I need a lot more use case for compositions. If I'm designing posters or if I'm doing cosplay photo shoots, those kinds of things, I really need more use cases than what Affinity offers, because it is just Lightroom.
Yeah.
And while Lightroom is great for when I want to get a quick edit on my phone to see what something's going to look like, I do not use it besides that. And I need all of my tools. I'm I need to separate the background from this, that, blah, 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 blah. And it's not built into Lightroom. And not to throw shade at Affinity. I think what they're doing is amazing. It's just a case of it doesn't quite have the same capacity. And I mean, Adobe's done this with so many things. As you know, Adobe Acrobat, a PDF reader.
PDF reader.
No, there's no other PDF readers that can even compete.
Yeah.
I remember using that in high school, and even then, it still sucked.
Still use it at work.
Yeah, and it was because they had, I think some browsers had some built-in PDF readers, but it was nothing like Adobe's one. And Adobe's one still sucked. Formatting it was so hard. And if you wanted to write in a certain spot, you had to manually add a text box, stretch it out to the outline of the paper. It scans a PDF, but that's the whole thing. I thought it scans it, but I still have to make a text box to type. I don't understand it. I may as well do it in Photoshop.
So fun fact, I recently did stock take at my work, and because the map of the store is not up to date, I decided to update it because I don't have the full suite for Adobe. I was doing it in Photoshop instead of Illustrator. I know, cardinal sin. I had been updating this, and I spent hours outside of work trying to fix this up because I wanted it to go smoothly, and I still ended up doing a 50-hour, 4-day week. And I exported this in multiple different versions of PDF files, including all the way to 2001 compression to 2010. I could not read it with the version of Adobe Acrobat we had at work in any of the file formats I had exported, so I couldn't print it.
Right, a decade's worth of formatting and use. Insane.
Hey Adobe, shout out to you. Please sponsor me. It's so expensive.
Maybe you can get a hand of that $150 million settlement last week.
And I should have been more chronically online. Fuck.
Yeah, I actually didn't even hear about that.
Really?
Tell me more.
So they
I'm intrigued.
have to pay out... No, I think, yeah. I can't remember if it was 750,000 or million, but they have to pay back that to customers and then give
It's a million.
the same
100% million.
of free services to people because they paid to cancel something early, so then they lost that. Yeah, it was a whole shady thing. It was in the US courts, and I think most people can claim up to $500 US for it, but you have to give all your details. It's a long process.
I don't even think that's a year's worth of a subscription to their. What is it, $800, $600?
Something ridiculous like that. I don't know. I haven't been paying it for a while, and if you adjust for inflation, it's probably ridiculous now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried my hardest to not buy it when I lost access. Hence Darktable. and then I cried because I had like 3-4 rolls of film that I got developed, and then I couldn't even open any of them because they were in TIFF, and it was like, great.
I mean, to be fair, at least, there is video alternatives out there. Like, it's nice that DaVinci is the equivalent of Adobe After Effects, and whatever the audio one's called. I completely forgot. It's not Audacity, it's the audio one.
Ocean? No, not Ocean, is it?
No, I can't remember it for the life of me, and it's going to piss me off for the rest of the day until I text you later going, it's this, I swear. And then it's also got an encoder built into it, which is a benefit because Adobe Media Encoder, if, most people at home aren't familiar, is a nightmare. Even using it with anything else like Avid.
Yeah, it's... At least we like all of our stuff is through DaVinci at uni. So once we leave here, we're not stuck to that. Like we can just use DaVinci for everything, hopefully.
They got good audio plugins.
Yeah.
Well.
There's some great ones. I used a bunch of the Crumple Pop ones in conjunction with DaVinci when I was editing Daisy D to try and remove a lot of the wind noise. And it's very impressive what it is capable of doing. But also a subscription service, so...
Yeah, that's like, because that feature, that would come with like voice isolation and
that's what people don't see in the behind-the-scenes videos for all the films that come out. For anybody who bought the 4K Ultra HD edition of this film, this is what is not included.
I saw the Frankenstein, they did a timeline of like, as they were editing, as they were kind of filming, and then like it was like 8 months of all this production, just how much change and how insane this 3-hour movie is, and it's just spend more time editing at a certain point than on set.
I think Guillermo del Toro is kind of renowned for shooting more than he necessarily needs, because it's always better to have more and work it back, and because he's got that renown that we don't have because we haven't made multi-billion-dollar movies. He's capable of doing that because people trust his process, which is the benefit. Netflix is like, here's the key to the Cadillac. Go drink drive. You get a certain sense of like, je ne sais quoi when you've done that many films. So a lot of companies will just trust you in that capacity. And I mean, to be fair, Frankenstein was a fantastic film. I think it was my number 4 of last year.
Okay.
Like, my top 4 was all just queer films or gothic horror, which has a very interesting overlap between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I'm not mad about it.
They
were great.
Nosferatu was in
Nosferatu was number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think I saw it twice in theaters.
I wish I had gone back and watched it a second time, because it is a different experience. Because I've been trying to convince my partner to watch Labyrinth, because it's one of my all-time classics. Recently found out they're going to be replaying it at the National Film Sound Archives.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
They had the Truman Show on last week.
That would have been good to go see too. Because it's one of those films that, like, my aunt, whenever she didn't want to deal with me, would put that on in the background. And I grew up with that and The Dark Crystal, so it was something I never got to see in cinemas.
Bowie.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, Awakening for anyone.
Yeah.
But that was very much something that I didn't get to see in cinemas, so it is very much that experience. And I'm such a cinema snob. Like, I have a ranking of the 4 cinemas we have in Canberra, with a tier list and everything, and whenever somebody's like, oh, we should go here, I'm like, absolutely not.
Let's hear it. I wanna see it, because I've only lived here for like a year.
Okay.
And I did not know that reclining seats were a thing at like theaters, like Hoyt's, for example. You can.
They shouldn't be.
I kind of. It was kind of surreal experience.
Yeah.
I do like Dendy. Dendy's my go-to.
Yeah, absolutely. Dendy is my number 1.
Dendy's was where I watched the Minecraft movie.
Oh,
I saw you had a very harsh review on the Minecraft movie.
I don't even remember what I said. Did I say something about a fever dream?
It was like brain rot fever. I'm not 100% sure.
It is a brain rot
Yeah.
script. That's what it feels like. It feels like 2010 brain rot, updated in 4K remaster.
The Nether.
That was
Big old red ones. Chicken Jackie.
Oh, man, that has such a big significance on this generation. I will say that now. I saw a video of a guy with a live chicken in the theaters, and everyone's you got to feel bad for the theaters. Those
Yes,
places
absolutely.
were getting trashed. But when I watched it, it was before it
Really
was
went-
like a big thing, so everyone was like calm. Maybe like one person did it.
See, I had a similar thing. I went on opening night to Dendy, and while we were quite a loud, I wouldn't say ravenous audience, because we were loud, we were chipper, we were enjoying the
Yeah.
film. Like, there was a couple of mums there that were like, shh, and we're like, we've been waiting for this movie for 15 years. Shut up, Karen.
Didn't we go on opening night?
Yeah, I paid for your ticket.
But like,
about that?
it was a whole experience, and like my big thing with movies is it is an experience, and having an entire audience that is laughing and cheering as these lines
Adds to
come
it.
up,
Yeah,
it really does add to
yeah.
that experience. And even though I don't think I could feasibly watch that film again without like draining what life force I have left, I really enjoyed that experience.
Did you see the when it was in editing? There was like the clips of it was Jack Black and
Jason
Aquaman.
Momoa.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the one. Like
Duncan.
The green screen or something got like leaked before it like came out, and the CGI was just like, man, it was something else.
The big thing that really frustrated me in that movie, as somebody who makes movies like you guys, the lighting didn't match the background.
Yes.
Oh
For
my
most
god!
of the
Yes, we
shots.
said that. The sun would be going here,
Yeah.
but then it would switch the. Oh my gosh!
Every
yes.
single time it had happened, I'd lean over to my friend and I'm like, I can't be in this room.
We talked about it during the
During
movie.
the
We're
movie.
like, oh my god, why is
In like
this?
the first 10 minutes, like that Leonardo DiCaprio photo where it's like.
I think Toronto, who was next to us, who is like a agricultural landscaping architecture
yeah.
student, not a film student, was getting annoyed at us because we were like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is happening?
My favorite thing to do, and I know this because it pisses off my partner, because they just feel singled out, and I love being the center of attention, so I don't care. I in cinemas will sit in the front, like one of the front 3 rows, because realistically you shouldn't be able to see the whole screen. If a director and a cinematographer have worked together well enough, they will guide your eye. Prime example of this, if you ever get to watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 or 2 in cinemas, sit in the front row. It is a whole different experience to sitting up the back. Anyway, I will sit there and I will be like with my hands trying to figure out the lighting, and I'm like, so this is 3 feet back because of the curve from the light coming off this, and I'm doing this in front of all these other people, and there's so many people just like questioningly behind us.
I mean, maintenance guy, like what's going on here?
Actually, it's interesting you say the first 3 rows because I watched Mulholland Drive last weekend.
Okay, yeah.
And I was, like row C, and like looking up at this massive, it was an interesting experience.
Well, I mean, you went and saw a David Lynch film. He has some fantastic works, like not to like diss him or anything.
I got
It's
Blue Velvet
fantastic-
tomorrow, so I'm expecting an ordeal.
It's fantastic work. I don't think I can feasibly comprehend after a long workday a David Lynch film to any capacity. Like,
I'm trying to go through Twin Peaks just so I can get onto The Return,
yeah.
because I've heard it's a fever dream.
Yes.
Like, how can anyone? Yeah.
See, my problem is I started watching Twin Peaks before I got medicated for ADHD. And I couldn't sit through the intro because it was so long.
So long.
Like, I love long things, but like, I was sitting there and I'm like, okay,
And the music's
We're
not
5
exactly like dun dun.
It's great because it sets the vibe for the rest of the series. But like, I just couldn't sit through it. I was sitting there itching like a crack addict. It was insane.
Have you seen it, Robbie?
I haven't.
Okay, the first episode is 2 and a bit hours.
Yeah, it's
That's no
lengthy.
joke.
Well, is that like a Stranger Things finale? Like, come on. What was the last one? 2.5. It could have
Stranger Things. I have
The
not seen season 5.
What?
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. When I first watched it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of okay. Then I watched it back and I was like, maybe it's not. When you watch through all the other seasons and it's kind of just like, I don't know, Stranger Things. I don't know. I watched Stranger Things. I got onto it very late. I remember I got COVID. That was in maybe like 2021 or 2. That's when I first. I binged the whole thing in maybe like a week.
Yeah, because the first season was 2017.
Yeah,
So
so
I
I
was-
was a bit late to the party.
I remember watching it through my history class in year 11.
That makes sense.
Just like sneak on the headphone and.
Oh, okay,
you know,
right.
Yeah. No,
Like,
yeah.
they're showing you Stranger Things in a class for history.
No.
It's like, we're going to learn about the 1980s.
I liked history. I was just like Stranger Things. It's there.
That's so fair. It's very... Look, as somebody who is medicated because of hyperfixations, I get it.
Yeah.
Cameras, right?
Yeah.
Can I say a potential controversial thing about
Absolutely.
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
I don't think Stranger Things has been the same since season 1.
No.
Purely because at season 2's turning point, it becomes a blockbuster and it's less about the horror.
Yes. Yeah.
It-
no, I
it
can-
It went all
changed-
about the promotion and they just threw heaps of money into it and then, like, you know.
Which is fine. There's lots
Yeah.
of series that have done it. Like a great example of that success story is Alien into Aliens, because it went from a very horror-centric genre to then very much an action blockbuster thrill ride, which is fine, and it does work. And I think what a lot of people loved about Stranger Things was that the first season was so good in its horror elements and hiding the monster and letting you build up that sense of suspense, that everybody was just hanging onto their seats
Yeah.
for that to happen each season following.
Huge sense of nostalgia as well is why I think a lot of people watched
Yes.
especially the last season, because like it's huge. It's like the number 1 grossing show in
Yeah.
the
So,
world potentially.
Our screenwriting class actually, I don't know if you've done the readings, Robbie. So in week 8,
I haven't.
I know you.
The reaction into the mic afterwards was fantastic.
We actually have to read through the Stranger Things Bible.
Okay.
So we're doing a whole week on show pitches and show Bibles. And so we have the Stranger Things one when it was called Montauk.
The Montauk
Yeah, because
Project,
initially it was
yeah.
pitched as a feature, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
It was a feature, and then this is like for the show.
Yeah.
But it's still based on that. And it's interesting seeing the characters they focus on. So the science teacher is basically Murray.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Murray, his whole thing was from the science teacher, and that's how he was going to get involved.
Oh.
Yeah.
They switched him out because they've got the same haircut.
very, very similar.
Yeah. So, yeah, it definitely, like, the kids are still a part of it. They are not front and center nostalgia baiting as, you know, like E.T. and stuff like that.
So this is the Bible that they created when they were like pitching it to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense because a lot of people initially they were rejected for a bunch of things because a lot of the different companies they were pitching to didn't believe that a child-centric adult show could actually be
work, yeah.
successful. So when they went and pitched it to Netflix and it kind of changed into that makes a lot of sense of
Yeah.
that transition.
Because they had to do it. I saw somewhere they had to pitch it over like 20 times or something crazy like that to finally get it approved and funded and stuff.
It's a very hard road
Yeah,
with pitching in the arts period.
Yeah.
Let alone having the capacity to go, I've been rejected 19 times, let's go and do it a 20th. Like,
Yeah.
I commend the Duffer Brothers, absolutely,
Yeah.
because the amount of work and effort that they put into that
So
is
talented
insane.
as well.
Exactly.
Insane.
Like, yeah, they had a pretty mid-season for the last one, but, you know, I still commend them for what they were able to accomplish. It's hard to make movies.
I
It's
really
hard to make TV
appreciated
shows.
a lot of the practical effects they had in there as well, especially with like last little scene in that. Where will they go? The Void or something like that scene, Dune Castle, where they kill Vecna. That was all pretty much built on set.
Like
the inside.
Inside the mind flayer.
They didn't build the mind flayer.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, I have a very specific video I've seen of Joe Keery and the kid who plays Dustin, like standing on a fucking crane with all the slime and like essentially water balloons, and they're just stabbing it on a blue screen.
Oh, do you remember Jonathan and Nancy in that room, and it just started filling with that like goop? Like
they never explain it.
Yeah.
It goes nowhere.
Apparently, it was their breakup scene.
Yeah,
but how do you even? I collect that. I kind of get it a bit, but
as somebody who identifies as queer, I get it. That's about how most queer relationships end. Yeah, it was. I can see why you would think it. It's not very clear cut, but I did get that vibe from it. But it is very much asking a lot from the audience, which is very ironic given that like Netflix is like, you need to state things 3 times because people are watching this stuff on their phones and you don't understand.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention, so we have to say it 3 times exactly.
And use our lighting as well.
I think a lot of it could have been recovered if they should have killed some of the characters off. There
were no stakes.
Yeah.
At any point. Like, there was no point where I'm like, oh, Steve is dead. The scene where he's falling from the tower.
And then...
The cut to black.
Spoiler alert, sorry. The cut to black, and then we don't even get an end of an episode. We cut straight back into Jonathan has caught him. Like, it is such a weird pacing thing. Like, that is very much feels like an end of an episode. And with the length of the last episode, they could have cut it in 2 and had that drama, and I still wouldn't have believed them.
Yeah, I feel like they introduced new characters so they were designated to die.
That's
Absolutely.
what I thought too. I thought
Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
Barb from the first season.
I know that they have said that they
rejected
that mainly because Nancy doesn't really have anyone else other than her boyfriend.
And to be fair, season 1's kind of a bit of a write-off. They were introducing all the characters in season 1. In season 2, like...
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Billy
in season 3.
Yeah.
To be fair, he survived 2 seasons, though.
He did.
Yeah, he came. Yeah, he did, yeah.
I did rewatch leading up to season 5. I went and bought Netflix again. It's so much.
It's gotten exorbitant.
Yeah.
For the amount you get out of it is ridiculous. Like,
student discount, please. Like,
but yeah, I went from 3 and then watched 4 up until like maybe the last couple of episodes, and it's kind of a shame because it is good, it is enjoyable. It's just a shame that the final one was a bit.
Yeah, it didn't hit it on the nose. Not at all.
Yeah, season 4 is an interesting one for me because I enjoyed it while I was watching it. And then I have not been able to finish it a second time.
Okay.
I've tried twice, and I have not had the capacity to finish it because I don't really find any of the stakes. There's no air of suspense.
I feel like there were 2 plot lines that should have just been cut completely.
You mean the Russian one?
I enjoyed that. No, I actually enjoyed that.
That should have been shortened. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the trip back with 11 and Will and Mike.
Oh, the trip back from the place.
Colorado or something? No, California. They're in California.
Oh, that was the whole pizza.
Yeah. Which he was enjoyable, and I did like that. They really leaned into the stoner energy there.
And then they cut him from the 5th season.
Yeah.
That's a shame. He
was funny, but I mean, they did have enough characters on screen.
Yeah.
What, are you telling me that the 37 characters that they had on screen for the season finale was too much? What are you talking about?
Including the new ones they introduced.
Derek in the first. Yeah, Derek. That's what I thought. I thought he was gone. I thought he was slimed in the last episode for sure.
Well, also, one thing that I cannot get past, and I'm surprised I didn't mention it earlier. They just commit crimes in season 5, and we're expected to be okay with it. They kidnap an entire family, but they're like, "Oh, we're doing it in the name of saving them." Yeah. They've kidnapped them out. They've kidnapped these children, this family, traumatized them, property damage to their house.
Gave them drugs too.
Gave them drugs
to knock them out.
The property damage to their house is probably into the hundreds of thousands. Do you know what that foundation would cost? Like back in the 80s? And it's structurally sturdy. They have to wreck the entire house to rebuild that. That's crazy to me. And we're just expected, oh yeah, they're doing this for their safety.
Yeah.
No, that's still a crime. Nobody really bats an eye in the series, which is the crazy thing to me. Like, you know, I was going to say Helena Bonham Carter, but that's not her name. Winona Ryder. Her character at no point goes, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't kidnap
And she's
the
like a
family.
mom.
Yeah, she's
Like her kid went missing. And
It's okay. Their kids aren't going to go missing.
Yeah.
They're all going to go missing together. Insanity to me.
Well, I want to go back.
Sorry. Yeah.
No.
no.
What is your top 5 of last year?
Oh, you want me to pull up my letterbox?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up my
Alright.
letterbox. Robbie, do you have a
We're gonna
letterbox?
I
Yeah.
do. I don't.
No, you
use it.
don't. I don't follow you.
Oh, that's a big
I
letterbox you got there. Sorry.
Oh, it's been uninstalled. Now I've got to reinstall it.
You know what's sad? My favorite films of 2026 has 2 movies on it currently. I haven't been to the cinemas at all this year.
Really?
It's very, very disheartening.
I had a good run at the start where I was going every second week, and then uni returned, and never again. I mean, other than Mulholland Drive and Blue Velvet, but that's Lynch, and that's I've been holding off watching those because it's like, if I'm going to see it, I want to see it on the big screen.
Well, that's a big thing, and it's that experience. Who wants to go first?
I don't even have. Mine are all really old movies.
How many
I
movies
haven't
did you
used-
see last year? We went a couple of times, but
I didn't put it
Minecraft
in
movie.
Letterboxd. Oh, Minecraft movie.
no, if you put Minecraft movie in your top 5, we're done.
No, it is definitely
I don't even
not
have a
in my top
review.
5. Minecraft movie is... How many movies did I watch this year? Last year was 31 films. The Minecraft movie was number 29.
You watched 31 films last year?
I watched 31, released that year films.
That makes me feel a bit better about how many.
No. I watch more, but I have listings that are, for specific years. Because, I still review other films as I watch them, but, this was the films that came out that year. So, yeah. These are films I went and saw in cinemas or was released that year, and I watched at home because I was sleepy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to drive 30 minutes to Dendy. Yeah.
So it looks like I've got a couple. So, I mean, it's kind of a write-off. Chainsaw Man's my top.
I haven't seen it. I've heard only good things from the Chainsaw Man franchise. I've just hit the mic. I've heard good things. I haven't watched it. I really struggle with anime as somebody with ADHD who hasn't hyperfixated enough. Filler sucks.
This doesn't have any.
Oh.
That's the biggest complaint.
I might add that to my list then because my favorite is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because it cuts all of the filler from the original
Cliche.
series. Cliche.
Cliche.
It has one of the best magic systems I've ever seen in any form of media or written. It's just such an interesting
Damn.
magic
See,
system.
I can give it crap because I've never seen it. And so I can say, you've got the top-rated anime as your favorite.
Oh yeah, it's a very generic choice, and I completely agree with that. But it's a generic choice for a good reason as well. Sorry, I will stop yapping. What's your number 2?
Technically, it's a 2024 release, but we didn't get it till 2025.
I consider those because Australia is always 6 to 1 year late.
So
6 months.
this is a bit of a caveat because even though Chainsaw Man was my favorite, this one is my top one. It's September 5th. September 5.
I've heard good things. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it is perfect, tension, one room, just what is going to happen. Even though we know what happens, I went in not knowing the history of it, but it's very good. And it's very good way of dancing around the political times and what was happening. Because it is a bit topical given what's happening. But yeah, it was just, I've seen it, I saw it 3 times last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard so many good things, and I've seen so many stills and clips, and the trailer got me quite excited. but I never got around to it because there's just so many movies to watch. But yeah, like it's some gorgeous cinematography from what I've seen.
So, there's some really nice moments. They're like too short in my opinion, but they're like these nice montages of using the old equipment, setting up all like the film and how they're gonna do the whole, I can't remember when they put the words on the screen, whatever that's called, how they had to do it, and and the people that are on camera, you never actually see them in the film, even though they're in like the room next door. You might see like their arm or the back of them, but you never see them. So it's very respectful of the original, like the footage and stuff.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Then at 3, I had Weapons.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I have watched it. It's not in my top 10.
We might fight.
I really was looking forward to it. It was my most anticipated movie of last year. And I think part of me had such high expectations for it is the reason that I didn't put it in my top 10, because it didn't really quite hit that same mark. And I think it's a film I need to rewatch to find that appreciation for. So it's not that I think it's bad by any means. I think it's a fantastic film, but the third act kind of fell apart for me.
It is very polarizing. Definitely having rewatched. I rewatched it a couple of weeks ago actually, just because it's weirdly kind of a good comfort film because it's just the arms.
She did that at the Oscars when she got her award, which was crazy. I love it.
I'm glad that horror got such a big award.
It never happens at the Oscars, so it is great to see that. And like I said, I don't mean to denote it by any means. It is a really fun film. It also would have been nice to see the original cast due to scheduling issues, because a lot of the only actor who reprised his role was the guy who played James. He was the only one in the original table read.
He was fantastic.
Well, initially Josh Brolin's character was going to be played by
Pedro Pascal.
Who was playing Principal? It was someone else entirely. It wasn't. It wasn't. I've forgotten his name. I feel so bad.
Quickly bringing up the IMDb. Benedict Wong. Wong. He literally plays Wong. Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, no, like it would have been really interesting because there's a lot of those characters that I can't see as being the same, so it would have been really interesting to see their take.
It's the same thing with Frankenstein, because the original cast for that was insane. Like, I remember when they announced it, everybody was going mental because they're like, this is going to be the best film ever released. Because it was Jessica Chastain as Elizabeth. It was... Oscar Isaacs was still part of the original cast, and so was Christoph Waltz. But Andrew Garfield was going to be Frankenstein, not Jacob Elordi, which also would have been a really good thing to watch. Because Jacob Elordi did a fantastic job in Frankenstein. I think he was phenomenal. Watching him in Wuthering Heights is super compelling. As much as I hated his character, he's very compelling. And it's good to see him diving into such roles with depth, knowing where he got his original start from. Because, like, The Kissing Booth, kind of controversial in terms of what it's promoting, but was very popular and didn't really have as much breadth of depth of character in that.
Yeah.
So he is finally able to spread his wings.
More than just Euphoria.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a very controversial one, too, in terms of, like, I didn't even finish season 2. I quite enjoyed the first season.
I haven't touched it, personally. I see clips of it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem quite.
If
quite
you
down
want
my
to
alley.
watch a TV series that looks like a music video the entire way through, it's fantastic. It has some really compelling dialogue. So there's a lot of scenes. Like, there was 2 episodes that were shot during COVID, and I personally think they're really quite compelling for like bottle episodes. Because one's shot in a diner and it's just 2 people having a conversation.
Yeah.
One of which has Coleman Domingo, who has recently rose to fame with a lot of his other roles. Like, he was in Blade Runner recently. He was in, I believe he was in Ma Rainey's...
Running Man as well?
Yeah, where he was in The Running Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what else he did last year. I feel like he was in more.
He was
on
that
SNL?
Was Hunger Games last year?
No, I think it was earlier. I know he did a Netflix series with Steve Carell, which I can't remember the name of. Yeah. He was in something else and it's completely blanking. We've gone off track, sorry.
He was in Fear the Walking Dead. Jeez.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I didn't touch Fear the Walking Dead. I got through 9 seasons of the original Walking Dead. I'm like, when's it get good?
I did 5. I was like, yeah.
I was hanging on so tight for Negan, purely because I absolutely adore the actor, whose name I've since forgotten, because it seems to be one of those days for me. But I was hanging on for that. And then we got to Negan, and I'm like, what? What's everybody going crazy about?
Yeah.
He's a great actor, but he has no depth.
Yeah, I feel like people were more excited about his potential. He was very much potential man, and then I don't think the show really capitalized on what the comics could do with him.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Thank you.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah.
We got there in the end. What was your number 4?
Nuremberg.
Haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
Because a lot of people were kind of iffy about it coming out, because that's the Russell Crowe one, isn't it? I haven't heard much about it.
It's one of those movies that I walked out more depressed than when I went in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's very good,
Yeah.
but it's just the kind of message behind it is, and not to get too political, but like, look at what's happening now. There's the exact thing that happened 70 years ago, and it's very much, it's just like, it's men who are manipulating and show that, you know, the Russell Crowe's brilliant, and yeah, you hate him, but you're captivated by him, which is, I think, how the real...
A lot of people shit on Russell Crowe too. Like, I have a friend who really does not like Russell Crowe. And anytime you're like, oh, but he was in Gladiator, and Gladiator's quite good, he's like, oh yeah, are you not entertained? I'm Russell Crowe. Like, he gives a far more compelling performance than that, but that was very funny. But yeah, like he's fantastic in terms of like a lot of the things he's been in. Yeah, he's been in bad films. Everybody has bad films. Even Hans Zimmer has admitted he's worked on films he does not like, but he still enjoys doing.
Any Nolan film.
He does. You're stepping into some very hot water there.
Oh yeah.
I am not going to call you out for it, but somebody else might. But it was very funny because I went to go see Hans Zimmer live last year. And it was very funny with him on stage, and he's like, you know, I've done a lot of movies. Not all of them are hits, and some of them suck. Anyway, we're going to play Dark Phoenix because I really like the work I did. It was a great performance too. Like, it goes hard. It was to the point where I was like, maybe I should give Dark Phoenix a go. And then I remembered, it sucks. But the soundtrack slaps.
And then to round it off, I'm like tossing up between 2.
Yeah.
One of them you'll like. One of them you might like. I don't know. So it's between Nosferatu and Companion.
Both really solid choices.
Yeah.
Both of those are in my top 10.
Okay.
I believe Companion is my number 6 from memory. I
was a little disappointed by it, but I really enjoyed my time with it, and
it has a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is very much having fun with its premise. There's a lot of interesting ideals. There's a lot of like kind of throwaway gags, which is why I think it kind of sits a little higher on my list than anything else, purely because like the whole she switches her translation to German is such a funny joke, and it makes sense from the context, but it never happens again in the rest of the film, so it does very much feel like a throwaway gag. Probably spoilers if you haven't watched it.
No, I haven't, but that's okay.
I would recommend it. It's very good. I will not.
I'm still trying to get him to watch Barry.
I do actually want to. I just
I need
just
to
haven't
finish
gotten
it.
around to it.
Yeah.
I would almost say stop after season 2, maybe 3.
Season 2 is where I stopped.
Okay.
I finished season 2 because I did the Macbeth monologue. Was like one of the last things I remember watching, which I think was towards the end of season 2.
So season 2 and 3 apparently had a big gap.
Yeah.
And in that gap, they changed... I'm not sure if they changed showrunners or they changed creative direction.
Yeah.
And so... Oh, who plays Barry?
I can't remember any actors' names today. This is really frustrating.
What are you, a film snob? You're meant to remember this.
I am meant to remember this.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
Very familiar face.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader,
Yeah.
that's
Bill
it.
Hader, yeah.
So apparently he got a bit more creative control, and he had a different vision for what Barry should be and what it should represent.
And that makes sense in terms of like HBO sticking their fingers in too many things. Like they're kind of known for it, unfortunately. Yes, they've made some great series, but a lot of that is from the creative powerhouses that they hire, and not so much from outside influence. So that doesn't surprise me in the slightest, sadly.
It felt like it went more of a drama thing than comedy.
Which makes a lot of sense. It's very interesting how many comedians like lean heavily into dramatic roles, particularly like later into their careers. Because like Robin Williams had a very big run of like more serious roles, and he does phenomenally. Like the most common one that everybody remembers is going to be
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, which I haven't seen.
Neither have I.
It's one of the biggest ones that he did in terms of dramatic performances. He's done a lot of other great ones since. One of my most like notable performances he's ever done is in Insomnia, which is a Christopher Nolan film. Fantastic. He is like, it is very difficult to watch him on screen, and it's very interesting watching somebody who is such a lovable presence be such an ill will.
Yeah.
It is such an interesting dynamic, and he plays it to full effect. And it's a very similar thing to what happened in Promising Young Woman, where Emerald Fennell wanted actors who were well known for playing very happy-go-lucky, sitcom stars in all of these roles where they were supposed to be bad. Like, Bo Burnham is like worldwide known as a great guy, lovely, everybody likes working with him, so on and so forth. So putting him in a position where he has to be a bad guy really helps change that dynamic. And then Alfred Molina was the complete opposite effect, where he's well known for playing villains, and he was the only one genuine character who had remorse for what had happened in the film, which is a very interesting way to cast a film. And I don't think a lot of things have done it, but I'm so glad that, Emerald Fennell had worked that into the script, because it makes that film so much more than what it could have been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I want his top 10 first.
Oh, no, absolutely. I thought,
Or top 5, whichever you want.
I thought that was. Oh, okay.
No. We've done mine. We're going to judge him.
Oh,
We're not leaving this with just me.
Yeah,
all right? If I'm going down, we're all going down.
Well, I don't have a top 5 because I didn't have Letterboxd at the time. I like the experience it and then just.
How often have I said in the group chat, send me a letterbox? And you haven't.
I have.
I don't follow you.
So my favorite thing to do with Letterboxd is to give the appropriate amount of stars and the most review I can ever give.
We have a lot of friends who do that.
Yeah.
And they're...
So,
Shout out Daniel.
my Nosferatu was my number 1, unlike your number 5 competition. I really like Robert Eggers, which is interesting because I haven't seen his entire filmography. I haven't watched The Witch. I also haven't seen The Norseman the whole way through. I was super sick when I tried to watch it.
That is a long movie.
It is a very long
I watched
film.
it for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and amazing, beautiful cinematography, as is Eggers. Long.
Yeah. And that's fair. But The Lighthouse is such a instilled memory in my mind from having watched it in cinemas that I went out, bought the DVD. They couldn't remaster it to HD because it was shot on 16mm and so on and so forth. So I haven't watched it since. Like, I've only watched it in the cinemas, and I refuse to watch it at home because it was just such a great experience. But I still, I like physical media.
I need to see The Lighthouse. I keep putting it off. I know I'll like it.
It's very good. It's very, very good. So yeah, Nosferatu, also technically a 2024 film because Australia.
Yeah.
My second film was also a 2024 film, but Australia got it in 2025, was Queer with Daniel Craig.
Oh, yeah. That's the
Luca Guadagnino.
Yeah, that's right.
Film. Fantastic. It's based on the biography of a queer man living in, I believe it was Central South America, because it was a lot more, like, it wasn't, like, gay culture, queer culture was not, it wasn't not frowned upon, but it was a lot more forgiving than what America was.
Yep.
And it's him building a relationship with a man who doesn't really know his orientation, and he's more with the grain of like following your typical heteronormative stereotypes. Yep. So by the end of the film, it's quite harrowing, and it's based on a biography that he wrote from his experience living there. So it is very sad, but very beautiful, very surrealist. So would recommend.
Yeah. I love Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig's fantastic.
One of the best James Bonds.
Except Benoit Blanc.
I love... Hey, how dare you? At the center of this case is a a donut-sized hole inside of another donut
I
hole.
hate Knives Out so much.
Oh,
That is
stand it.
wow. You are throwing so much shade.
I might
I have seen all of them,
Yeah.
and it's the third one is the best one so far. Then Knives Out,
Yeah.
and then the second one. So boring. Like, at least
They're not good, but I think the second one's the best one.
no.
I agree with you because a lot of people really dislike the second one, but I love the
That was like
stance
the
that it
big,
takes.
the
Yeah.
big onion, right?
Yeah,
glass
glass
yeah,
onion.
glass onion. Yeah.
Yes. This is a conversation we'll continue off pod because I will rant for hours.
And we'll argue about Nolan. I have thoughts.
Look, I don't think Nolan is an amazing director like everybody thinks he is, but he's made some great works. For everybody at home, Matt is kind of just waddling
Yeah.
from side to side.
It's catching
trying
on the
to hold his
FX30
tongue.
right there.
I enjoyed Inception.
Inception is very much it's Christopher Nolan doing a blockbuster, and that's why a lot of people enjoy it.
He has made the worst Batman movies that have been released. I would much rather
Which are
all of
Which
his
ones?
Batman movies suck.
So I grew up with those movies and I really enjoyed them when I was younger. Going back and watching them, they have not aged well. So I do agree with that to a certain extent. If you come for Interstellar, we might have some arguments.
I've not seen it. I know that I'm going to start fights.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Anyway, so my number 3 was Frankenstein.
Yep.
I thought it was fantastic.
I just saw how many stars I gave it.
How many stars did you give it?
3.5.
I mean, I gave it 4. So yeah,
more or less.
like more or less the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say, when I watched Frankenstein, I made the mistake. I hadn't been to Dendy in a little while, so it was my day off. I'm like, I'm going to go see Good Fortune.
That's
didn't like
another film I was so keen for.
Yeah.
And I came out of it. I think it was
I was so confused
my
by
number
it.
17. Like it is a film that has such great ideas.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like throwing 17 different ideas at a wall
Chicken
and hoping
nuggies.
one chicken nuggies. You shouldn't have to pay taxes. Money is for things that we like chicken nuggies, and milkshakes,
And petting dogs.
petting dogs. It's funniest scene. Like Keanu Reeves has a way with comedy, but it is very much a film that does not really know its own capacity
Yeah.
and doesn't really follow any form of straight line narrative storytelling, which isn't inherently a bad thing. But I think it was a little lost in translation there, which is a shame because I was really excited for it. It was another one of my highly anticipated films, but unfortunately didn't quite hit the mark and it ended up at 17.
So I went, and as I was on the way to see it, I saw Predator Badlands had its opening IMAX premiere. And I'm like, you know what? Sure. Why not? Treat myself.
I've heard good things about Badlands, but it's probably the same good things I've heard from every other blockbuster that's been released recently. Like, it's a blockbuster. Everybody enjoys it because it's a blockbuster.
It's a fun watch, like a predator just kill things for 3 hours. I was in a bad position because I had 4 hours to kill, so then I went and saw Frankenstein. So I went Good Fortunes, Frankenstein, had an hour gap between that, no gap between Frankenstein and Predator, and I'd had 5 hamburgers from Macca's the whole day, and I was feeling bad. And the manager's like, I'm not going to kick you out, please go and get some actual food. So I ran down to Coles and got sushi. And so I think Frankenstein might be a bit swayed because
it's very much an experience will be part of that as well.
Yeah.
Because as much as I didn't like Minecraft, I really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
So I completely understand that. And it's something that I wanted to see in cinemas because it is very much Guillermo del Toro is an auteur. He's very much wanting to push this ideal. It's more a case of Netflix was willing to buy his ideas when he made the deals for all those films. So anytime I get a chance to see a Netflix film in cinemas, I do generally want to go and do that. Like I went and saw all of the Knives Outs in cinemas before I went and saw them on Netflix. And we'll
Don't look at me like this,
continue
Robbie.
that conversation later. My third was Lesbian Space Princess, which is a brilliant Australian comedy. To be fair, I have a little bit of bias as a queer person. I really enjoyed it. A lot of, people who aren't of that community or aren't around that probably won't have as much enjoyment out of it. But a lot of like queer comedians, actors, advocates, so on and so forth, make appearances in it. Ruben K, who I've gone and seen live, he's lovely to talk to, even like after the show and everything. Brilliant film, very fun, very thematic, and all animated. And it's an Australian film, which you don't get a lot of. So yeah, that was my number 4.
Always go to support them.
Yeah, exactly. And then my number 5 was The Ballad of Wallace Bay.
I've not heard of that one.
It's an Irish film. It's based on a film, like a short film from 2008.
Oh.
Which is just shot by 2 friends that make a film. And it's this guy who's hired to go out to this island to play a concert, as like he's kind of gone downhill. He's not making many songs anymore. He's at the back end of his career and he's trying to just make money. And he's hired to play this concert. And it's just this one guy who's paid him to come out and do a concert in this like island that has a total like the amount of people who live on the village in the island is a capacity of 4. Like it's a very small island.
That's the whole movie's on that island?
The whole movie's on that island. And it's got Carey Mulligan in it, who is fantastic. She has a very interesting role. Her character is not part of the original short film, but I think a very welcome addition, because she's actually the other half of what was their band, and then they broke up, and they've both been hired to come here and play this event.
Okay.
Very fantastic film, very heartfelt, very heartwarming, beautiful. Would strongly recommend. It's very like dry British humor. Quirky guy. Like the guy who hires him is just quirky and awkward, and he's a lot of fun. So very strong recommendation for that.
We might wrap it up there.
Yeah.
We'll talk for hours.
Well, Liam, where can they find you?
I go by LiamEllisImagery on Insta, and I think that's it.
And the Savage Bear podcast you can find on your favorite.
Yeah, your favorite
podcast
streaming. I believe we're on Apple TV. Not Apple TV. Gosh.
We can wish.
Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify. If you want to hear me run the Fallout RPG, because that's topical. The Fallout series recently ended.
Should have talked about that.
Yeah,
I have
could've.
thoughts.
That's okay.
Next one.
Next one.
We'll bring you back. Special Fallout Crisis.
Just to hear.
Wow, that's such a strange thing to fall out for.
You watch yourself.
I can hear the fade out right now.
Oh, all right. Well, as always, you can find us on What's the Go 2026. You can find me at Matt Dive Films.
And you can find me on Robbie Flood on Instagram, ROBBYFLOOD. Shout out What's the Go 2026.
And as a reminder as well, you can buy tickets for Pride and Prejudice. Please come. Please. Please.
Who's Pride and why is she so prejudiced?
She's prejudiced against me for being too rich.
Get your dancy pants on.